experience symptoms such as bloating, nausea, cramps, and eczema after consuming dairy, you could be lactose intolerant. Be free, lactose-free with the milk, Mars, and dairy snack from Nolac.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, I don't know about you, Mzansi, but I'm so ready to have my cake and eat it too.
You are definitely correct, Balisa. It is that time of the year, and I know a lot of people are baking. So whether you have leftover cake, or maybe you've had a cake disaster, then leftover cake pops are the answer. I'm sure many of us have had our fair share of cake flops, but if all else fails, then our delicious Nolac cake pops can definitely still save the day.
Yes!
So, Balisa, it's that time of the year. Everyone is baking, everyone is getting busy with a whole lot of stuff. So to avoid those flops, if you've had a cake that did not go as well as you wanted it to, then I've got an answer for you. So right now, I'm not having a cake flop per se, but I have some leftover cake. So what we're going to be doing is making cake pops, and to do that, we're starting off with some cake that I'm just crumbling up, right? What happens now is we don't want it to be too much of a crumb because we still want to be able to taste that cake. So all I'm doing is just breaking it up and leaving a bit of chunks here and there, and then all we're going to be doing is mixing in our Nolac dairy snack and the strawberry flavor because we want something to bind it all together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add just 2 tablespoons of our Nolac strawberry dairy snack, and I'm just going to mix it through. You don't want it to be too runny. Okay. You just want it to basically hold together. So when you roll it in your hand, then it basically holds together. So I'm going to start rolling my cake pops now. The other trick is before you start putting on the icing and start getting them all beautiful, it is important to let them sit in the fridge first. So I'm going to start rolling them now because all you want is a nice little round ball which you're going to stick the cake pop stick into, right? But all we do now is I'm rolling them. Going to take all of these, put them into the fridge, and then get them nice and set so that it's easier to actually put the icing on top.
And that's my job.
Then that's your job.
My job, Mzansi, is the decoration. It is the festive season, but I'm ready to get decorative here in the kitchen. So, Domi, all I need, essentially, to put this icing together, I need some icing sugar. I need, of course, this hero of this dish is the Clover Nolac Dairy Snack. Now, what I love about this is that the flavors, you can have it plain, you can have strawberries as well, but I'm so glad that today we're doing strawberries. Now you can just, whichever sparkles or sprinkles you have at home, you can also use that. Or how about some fresh fruit?
Exactly, you know, so that's the whole idea. Because we're using our Clover Nolac, the dairy snack, that's been treated with lactase to basically make it more digestible, the lactose more digestible. It means that you could use any of these flavors, any of the colors, and we're basically still getting those added sources of vitamins and calcium in the actual cake pops. Nice. So all you need, Balisa, perhaps start with like 1 tablespoon, and then once you add it, not too much, just a little bit.
Right now, I'm mixing it up as Domi has asked, and then is it just making sure all the granules are dissolved?
Correct, correct. So the whole idea is to make sure that it's a nice thick consistency because you also don't want it to be too runny. You want to be able to let the icing stick onto the cake pop itself. Okay. Otherwise, it defeats the purpose of making that icing. And then you also want to have enough of that icing so that the sprinkles can stick onto the cake pop itself.
So right now, I have finished mixing up the dairy snack, the icing sugar, and now it's time to decorate. You elevate the pop over the dish, and then you just drape and scoop the icing in as you like.
And you look like you're having so much fun. So imagine getting those kids distracted with this for like an hour. Just give them as much of that leftover cake and let them get rolling in those sprinkles that you've got over there. Let them get busy, get them out of your way so you can make yourself a nice festive feast with your family and whatever else you need to do.
Now that my pops are on there, it's the decoration and the color.
And this is where the festive part comes in because you can use any kind of decoration you like. You can use any of the colors. I mean, we've chosen a bit of pink because of the color of our strawberry dairy snack. So you could use any of the colors. In fact, because they've got such a range, Nolac has such a range, you could even use the plain dairy snack, and that would work just as perfectly because the flavor will still be there, the tang is still going to be there, and that's basically it. You've got a festive celebration, the kiddies are involved, and then you just get to use all of that leftover cake that you had. So to get your hands on this recipe, head over to afternoonexpress.co.za. But if you need to see how it's made again, here's a quick recap.
Made with love by Clover.
Do you experience symptoms such as bloating, nausea, cramps, and eczema after consuming dairy? You could be lactose intolerant. Be free, lactose free with the milk, moss, and dairy snack from Nolac.
Made with love by Clover.